Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is an unboxing, first thoughts review video of something a bit different. This is a brand that I really like. You may have seen me talk about them on the channel before. It's a brand called Savior, if you can't read. They make some really cool like kind of tactical gear stuff, more like storage, so gun bags, pistol bags, magazine storage, that kind of stuff, which I really like. And I've actually ended up basically replacing all of my gun bags, etc., with that product and that brand. But what I have got here and what I'm going to unbox in 1 second is something that they make, which is a pistol rack. Now, why have I bought this? That's a very good question. The reason that I've bought this is because I actually hate storing my pistols or just generally anything airsoft. I always want it to be like neat and tidy in a way, but also I can grab it and I can play with it in an instant. And so I do have like gun racks that I've got for my my primaries, my full-size replicas, my ARs, my AKs, etc. But generally I will actually end up keeping those in the bags. With pistols, I have them lying around everywhere. So I've had smaller racks, one of which is these, I'll show you in a second. I have little pistol bags, I can show you that as well. But what I've really wanted is one rack that I can stick somewhere, like in my cupboard here, or in like an actual cupboard in my garage, and just be able to open some doors and just see all of my pistols there and be able to just grab whichever one I want so that I can just play around with it and fiddle around. These are all for Airsoft YouTube. This is not real, but it means that I can do my little things. I can just, you know how it is in Airsoft. Everyone just wants to pick stuff up and play with it. So I found this from Savior and I'm going to unbox this and we're going to kind of build it together and kind of work out what it is. But I do think that this, just based on my previous experience with Savior products, I think it's going to be pretty good. This is on Amazon. And so if you want to buy it, I've got a link in the description below. So you can have a look at that and you can purchase it if you decide. They do make this in different versions as well. So they make this in a 4 pistol kind of rack, so you can store 4 of your pistols. They make it in an 8, and then they also make it in a 12, which is what I've got here. I have more than 12 pistols, which is a horrible thing to say. It's not a horrible, it's a great thing to say, sorry. But it does mean that at least with this, I can store most of my pistols. Ones before, like this one that I've had, have been fine and they work okay. I bought this from Evike, but it is only taking 4 pistols, and so I've got like 2 or 3 of those, but they don't fit really well together. They don't really work because I'm trying to like put one thing on, hold it steady, move it around. So my kind of my idea when I saw this was to spend more money on Airsoft and go and get this. So one thing I really love about Savior is their packaging. They obviously have it in boxes and they have it in a lot of boxes, which is fine. It's not the biggest deal how many boxes there are. But what they do with their boxes, which I think is really cool, is it's like dual purpose. So not only, here's a load of rods, so we are going to have to build this thing. Not only are you just going to throw this box away into the recycling, but on the inside of their box they turn them into targets. Now this is a load of small like pistol targets, I presume because it's a pistol case. When I have got like a primary gun bag, it's had one of the big rifle targets on it. So I just really love that. I don't know if you guys appreciate that as well, but just being able to actually use the cardboard that they're sending this stuff in, I think that's a really clever idea, and I don't know why every like gun manufacturer, airsoft manufacturer doesn't do that. Okay, so I have not read the instructions. I can't even see any instructions, but I'm going to have a look now at what we are... shouldn't be cutting towards myself really. What we are working with. Also, just to mention guys, if you're watching, the memberships on the channel are going to be going live again. So we had this going about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago was the last time we properly had it going, and I was doing a lot of mystery boxes unboxings, and I was getting a lot of replicas that I didn't really want to keep. And because I didn't want to keep them, I was doing giveaways, and I was doing a giveaway every single week, and that was always replicas that were very expensive, and we did not have that many members, so I ended up wasting a huge amount of money giving away stuff that was just losing the channel money. So I am going to be doing kind of like giveaways for the members that are going to join the channel. There's going to be 2 tiers. There's going to be a kind of entry level tier, and I'm going to give away pieces of kit, pieces of gear, patches, George patches, 6mm Badger patches. If you haven't seen those, they're quite rare, so I'll show them on the kind of intro for the membership video. But you're going to be able to win stuff that I review gear-wise. Companies send me stuff for free to review, that kind of stuff. And then there's going to be a higher tier, which I think is going to be like $5 to $10 a month. You can go and check it out now on the membership on the channel, but that's going to mean that it's going to be sites and other stuff, which is the like nicer stuff that I'm going to give away. Each one's going to have its own private Discord channel, so you can talk to me there. There's a load of perks that I'm putting up there now. So if you're interested, guys, and you want to become a member, support the channel, support George, who's not here, but he should come back more often if you support it. That's going to be there, so just hit the join, become a member, join the channel kind of link, and then you can go and sign up there, and hopefully it's going to be a place where we can just build it, grow it, and you guys are going to support me in the channel, but also get a lot out of it. Well, that's the plan. So it looks like right here I have like 2 end pieces. This is what it's going to look like. So it's going to kind of have like, it looks like 12 different slots for me to put the pistols into. I think these 2 are going to be the end, because that looks like they have the handles on them, and then these look like they're going to be the central pieces. I then presume that these are just going to go through the middle. That would make sense, and like through those different pieces to hold them together. So the only thing I can think which is going to be in here is going to be the foam that's going to be there, because I think we're going to need that foam that was promised, which it is right here. So we have some Allen keys, and we also have the bolts, and we have these pieces of foam. So those is going to go in between each one. So I could read the instructions, or I could just say screw it, and I'm going to start it and then hopefully not mess it up while you guys are watching. Yeah, so those are the pieces we get. Also, to give you an idea, guys, of the price of this, this is $55. That's the 12 version. Obviously, the other versions are going to be less money. So, you know, 12 is the biggest one that they do. That's just, you know, I think if you've got space and you've got quite a few pistols, you may want to go for that 12. But it's definitely, you know, if you've got somewhere that you're wanting to keep 3 or 4 pistols, it's great that they do a 4 and an 8 as well. I've got 4s. So like other ones that I've got, like this one here, I think I got that one from Evike. I literally went to the store and bought it. I think it was about $25, $30, and it's fine. But it's kind of like not cheaply made, but it's not exactly made very, very well. This one's kind of got this fur foam kind of thing, felt I should call it, around the outside, which is again fine. And then it's got these kind of narrow little pieces here where the barrels are going to sit. One thing that's going to be interesting to me on this is just to see whether we actually have like the guns that I have here, the pistols I have here, are they going to fit? Because I think that's going to be a big determinant of whether this is actually a good pistol rack or not. Because it is great having a pistol rack for a load of pistols, but if only 1 or 2 of your actual pistols fit on the rack, then that is not exactly worthwhile having. You know, like I don't really want a pistol rack that doesn't actually store pistols. Okay, so this one just feels like I'm going to strip this screw, and I don't want to do that. Might have some kind of thread lock on it, which would be good, and that is going on. It's just a bit tight. So what it says I have to do is put basically these pieces onto the end, 4 different pieces on here. So basically like closing up one end of the rack, it seems, and then I'm going to start threading, I think, the other pieces on. So to give you guys an idea, I took those rods and I've just stuck these screws on the end of it. That's what it's told me to do. It says, please leave barrel spots loose. Okay, I don't think I've left them loose, but that's fine. Right, so now it's telling me to put one of these metal things through. So there's two metal pieces here. This must be for the end plate. So I think what I'm going to be doing is putting that there, that there, that there. I also want to know, guys, if you have a manufacturer of, whether it's a pistol display case or something that you really like using, I'd love to know that, because I think it's something that people on the channel are going to find a real value. Like, I think probably people in Airsoft end up having more replicas or more actual firearms effectively than a normal firearms. A person who likes just regular real steel firearms ends up having, because they're cheaper and you don't need as many licenses, etc. to get them. So that's going there, that's going there, that's going there, and this guy is going here. So I don't know if you can see this coming together, but this looks like it's a fairly easy thing to do. Like, this is going to be... I shouldn't say that and then start doing it, because always is the case that I end up jinxing myself. So that goes there. I think then we're just going to go... Yeah, so that's going to go there. This is going to go here. And I think that this should fit inside where the actual... Another bit of foam. Inside where in my cupboard where I need it to... Just kind of like, you know, it's going to be wide, but not too wide to fit in my actual cupboard, so that I can put all of my pistols in there, because that's ideally where I would like to store them. Okay. See what I mean? Like, as soon as you've got that initial bit done, it seems like this is just going to be very, very quick. 1, 2, 3. Like putting a puzzle together. But I also, it's another thing in Airsoft, you know, like you start like, okay, I need to buy this replica, then I need to buy these magazines, then I need to buy this sight, then I need to buy, you know, the gear that's going to allow me to carry these magazines. Oh wait, I've got too much stuff now. Now I need to think about storage. I'm going to buy this storage thing. Oh wait, that's too small now. I need to buy more storage. Like, it's a never ending cycle of just, I need another thing, going online, looking around. It's probably why I've got so much content for this channel right now, just because I've ended up doing that for so long. That the amount of stuff that I have, like, I've got a lot more content coming out, guys, because of the fact that I just have so much stuff to talk through. It's kind of just finding an order of what there is. So if you do watch the video and you think, actually, I saw that thing he was using, I'd like to know more about it, put it in the comments, or join the membership, because on that you're going to have votes just on giving me ideas of what to make as the next video, and being able to vote like what you want me to be making out of some options. So always let me know if there's stuff that you want to see, because I quite like this style of video where I'm just kind of having a relaxed chat. Obviously you're not talking back, so I'm just talking to a camera, but it's probably kind of like a therapy thing for me. I just get to talk about all my Airsoft troubles and have no one talk back to me. Okay, this one, it's taking shape. I'm still waiting for like an issue to arise. What I do like actually with this, like just feeling it, is the actual foam on it is great. I mean, it's a pistol that's going to go in there, so you hope that it's not going to be something that is going to get that damaged or need that much protection. But having said that, you don't want to damage your favorite stuff, and having it like this where it's going to be like kind of givey, or it's going to give slightly. Okay, so I think this one's going to go on here. I'm worried we don't have any space now for the actual... What I might end up doing, you know what I think that I've done, which might have not been a good thing, is I may have tightened it too much, which is why those aren't sticking out the end, which is why it said don't tighten them. So with that, we're going to grab this and we're going to loosen it a little bit. So there's just regular hex keys on the end here. Do that one. Do that one. That one. And so I reckon what it is you loosen it, then you push them through, and then you can tighten them as you want. That's what I'm expecting. Because that is what would make sense. Although, it's not really going in. Let's see if it tells me something else to do. Nope, it doesn't. So I think we're just going to have to... Let's just see how many slots we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so I need this one to make 12. It's not like it's an extra. Maybe, you know what I'll do is get a hammer. Get a little hammer out and we'll see if we can hit it from one end to the other. Because breaking it's probably a great idea when I've only just got it. And what that was, I'll find out later. As soon as I said this is going to be easy, that's exactly when stuff's going to start going wrong. So, I'm going to take this hammer and I'm just going to try and hit this. Okay, and that looks like it's made them come further out, so I think that might be the answer. So hopefully that's not done anything. It feels like that should have done something, but it's not. Maybe I need to loosen it further. Let's see if I just do this and we can get it a little bit further out. Because I need to basically just get a little bit more on the end, and then we should be good, and then I can just tighten it up. But the quality feels good, like it's well made for sure. What I'm going to do after this is just do a little... Let's just put this down. Still not there. We have a little bit further to go, so I don't know if I've just tightened these on far too far. But what I really don't want to do is like lose the end of it. So close. So close. So I'm just going to go with a few more turns because we're literally at the edge there. I almost think maybe it'd be worth... No, maybe not. I was thinking like don't put these on the end. Just kind of like thread them to start with. But I don't know if that's really going to be... Okay. Okay, so you can see there, we've got the edges coming through. So what I'm going to do is just put this last bit on here. And then I'm going to put this guy in place on here. So if you can't see this. And then we're going to put that guy in there. Tighten it up. So I do think like they give you a hex key, which is great, but that's probably, you know, the only thing. Hex key and a hammer. I mean, I don't necessarily think you need the hammer if you just did it correctly and didn't over tighten it like I did. But that is probably the two things that if you have those, you can build this entire case very easily. I think it's a cool design, like not having to worry about, you know, like wood is going to be pretty light. That is another good thing actually as well, is if it's a pistol case, you don't really need it to be super heavy. Like real steel pistols are going to be very heavy with ammunition inside them. These are obviously airsoft guns, but they can get pretty heavy. So if you're trying to carry it and this thing's got handles on it, then you may not, you really don't need it to be that heavy in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do this. Sorry, this is taking so long, guys. I thought this would be a very fast and easy one to do. Another issue that I've had with other pistol cases is the length of them. Or pistol stands is the length. Like if it's not long or deep enough and you've got a longer pistol, it like doesn't necessarily stand in place. Which I just really... I'm going to tighten the other side now because I know that I took quite a bit of screw length off those. So I want to make sure that we are not going to lose screws just on that one side. Yeah, so if you've got a long pistol, and I've got some pistols here, so we're just going to try it out. But I think that the length on this one is going to be better, definitely, than that one there. For sure. Okay, so that's good. Tighten that guy up. That's feeling tight. Tighten this guy up. That's feeling tight. So yeah, so when this is in my cupboard, which you're hoping it will fit in, it's just going to mean that I can grab my replicas quickly. Because that's another, I don't know if you guys have this, but when you are playing around with something, I'll go up to my case and I'll be like, oh yeah, I want to play with that one. And then I'll, after 2 minutes, be like, oh, I saw this one that I'd rather play with, so why didn't I go and get that? Okay, so this is the case, and it's pretty great. Like, these are all pretty easy to give. This is all held in place foam, which I think is great. Let's see if it starts fitting stuff. This is an Elite Force hater. Like the width there's good enough where it's got some real space to it. Let me see if I can give you a better... This one here is probably the easiest one. So that's great. As I said with length, like some of them just are too shallow here. So like with stuff like this, I don't think this is going to fit with that LAM unit. Although it actually does fit with the LAM unit. So that's going over the edge slightly here. But this is a huge pistol, and obviously there's where I'm having to do it. So actually even the Mark 23 from Tokyo Marui with that LAM unit there, that's fine. I've got this guy here, which is the AAP01 with a suppressor on it. That's going to be fine. I can even bring it further back because of this lip here, and that's going to sit there. Here's the big one, the Desert Eagle. Is it going to be too wide? No, that fits fine. Like the other thing, so they'll give or they'll move, but they're not going to move in any way. They're kind of like the weight is on that front piece. So that works. Let's see what else we have. Maybe, oh, what have I got here? So I've got a Glock 19. We'll see if that fits. Yep, that's fine. Let's see if I've got a Glock 26. Is that going to fit? Yeah, so that fits fine. Like the Glock 26 is a little bit, you have to reach in there to grab it, but it sits there fine. It's not gonna fall out the space, which is good. I actually run these Kydex holsters on most of my pistols with a Safariland QLS. That's going to sit in there fine. I think if you have a ton of those, it might get a bit tight just because they're kind of that givey. Like, that's another good thing. It's like it'll give and take. That might not be ideal. What else? Oh, this will be interesting. Okay, what about a KWA KZ61 Scorpion? That's a very long... Wow, that fits great. If I put this one here so you guys can see it. But that literally, even with the mag in it, that fits perfectly. Machine pistol. P320. Let's try that. Okay, so this is my SIG P320 with... I've put this this granulated grip on it, and that will stick to the inside of that bag, which is annoying. So that will sit perfect with that right there, with the QLS. I do think if you did a ton of them, it does kind of push in slightly. So you may not want to have like a holster on all of them. But that has got the extended mag. That's going to sit great right in there. So what else have we got? I mean, that's probably showing most of the stuff that needs to go in there. Like, you can tell I've got far too many pistols when we're already stacked in this, and I've got more to go for. So that there, guys, is showing you how good this is. So I'm really, really happy. I don't think this could actually have turned out better. This is the one that I got from EMG or from Evike. And basically it's there. You should stick it there, and it just kind of has that, like, hold it in place. The problem, as I was saying, is it's so shallow that that's kind of fine there. This guy... Actually, this guy's actually fine on it. But if I have anything like this LAM unit... Like, that's not going to go anywhere near where it needs to go. And similarly, I think with this 26, like, it doesn't really hold the 26 because that's not really holding it in place. So I like those, they're fine, but it's not something that I would compare in any way to this thing. Other thing, oh, this is good to mention. So these are also from Savior. So again, another product that I really like. They make these little pistol cases. I think this is great because it has like a little label on it, little Velcro, and they give you all these labels so you can just label it. So I can say, right, that's my Sandviper, so I know that it's in there. Also gives me space to put mags in there if I'm putting it in. So I really like these, but again, it goes back to that. Am I able to just to grab it, pull it out and use it? Or do I have to go through the whole, where is it, look up the label, whatever? If I just have this in my cupboard, I'm literally just going to grab that and just play around with it, do what I want to do. And then I can put it back and get another one. The only thing that I was thinking about, which is something that I can't do with this, which I can do with this, is going to be mag storage. Like, I can put this mag in here and it kind of keeps it with the gun, which I think is kind of great. But it's not exactly like I can keep that. So there is actually something else which I bought recently, which I'm not going to do a full video on it. But it's the Vaultek. This one's called the MR8U. And I think that's 8 because it takes 8 different magazines. But what it does is it basically acts as a magazine stand. So what I will probably end up doing is having this there, and then next to it I'll just have a magazine stand, and I'll just have different magazines from different pistols there. So I've got the ability to gear it up. So there I've got a Sandviper and a high capper mag, and then my P320 mag. But it'll take Glock mags. It's kind of your standard, just it's foam on the insert here. This is $35, so pretty expensive compared to this for how big it is and what it's going to do. But if you get a couple of these and then you have your 12 pistols out, I think it's going to be a really good way of storing. Anyway, guys, I hope that has been helpful for you. Probably not watching me build it, it took so long, but hopefully this discussion's been good. If you've been in the live chat, probably been chatting the whole time, so that's great. And please look out for the memberships. They're going to be great. I'm doing a ton of stuff right now. I'm on AI programs trying to work out how to streamline everything, but it's going to be awesome. So if you want to support me and support the channel and support George, please go down and just hit join. Thanks, guys. Speak to you soon. Goodbye.